Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stars and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Hey Beatles, oh say can that star-spangled banner, oh yeah, it wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Patriotic Wednesday on the channel here. Had a really good sleep last night. Hello, Mew. How are you today? Is that Lily? Good morning to you. Go Hogs. The great state of Arkansas. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday today. As I speak to you now, impeachment hearings are underway in the House of Representatives. Unprecedented to have a president that faces impeachment for the second time in office. But I don't know if they'll ever get to the removal. Alpine, how you doing? Beautiful. Nice to see you. Arthur Technico. Hello. They are all lit up in the Capitol. Yes, they are. Good morning, Big Dog. Miss Lady Loyalty. Vanilla rain keeps falling down. Walking in the vanilla rain. Do, 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 do. T Mama Maria. Lip Whiskers. How are you today? Glad to see everybody today. Sit around and have a little morning bullshit session here today. Hey, Jadzia, welcome to you. I hope I said that right. I hope I said that right. So let me just give some more welcomes as people roll in for the morning. Crazy days and crazy nights. Good morning. I'm hanging watching today's events. I'll tell you. You know, it's almost a foregone conclusion. I mean, they'll cut off debate in the House within an hour. That'll be a done deal. But the question is what the Senate will do with that. That's the real issue. And remember, when you impeach a president, you have to appoint House managers that go into the Senate. The Supreme Court Justice of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court has to preside at the impeachment trial in the Senate. You need to give evidence, you need to have witnesses, you need to have a defense, for sure. So you appoint House managers to handle the House side, and then you have the president's own defense counsel and things like that. So what is today? The 13th? What is today? The 13th? Yeah, it's the 13th. So you have 7 days until Joe Biden takes the oath of office on January 20th. I mean, come on, man. Really? Cocaine Mitch will impeach. But remember, hey, Coach, how are you? Remember, hey, Nicole, how you doing, sweetie? Remember, it's a lengthy process. And it's a process that can be slowed according to the wishes of the Senate, which is still presided over by Republicans, at least for the next 7 days or so. So you can imagine when you have to do all that, you have to disrupt the Supreme Court calendar. You have to take Chief Justice Roberts out of the Supreme Court, have a time in the Senate to begin opening, to present the case from the House. And then you have to you have to provide your proof that violations of the Constitution occurred. or unfit for office, and then you have to have a defense. I mean, in my opinion, there's no way that that stuff is going to be done in the next few days. Good, got a lot of work done in college, got to go for a bit. Yeah, I'm doing good. We turned off all news outlets. I know it's my country, but I'm sick of all parties. That's the way I am. Bella Rose, the Queen of Buffalo, preparing for the big Baltimore Ravens invasion of Orchard Park, New York. Buffalo Bills. Good morning, Andy. Can you turn your closed captions on? How in the hell do you do that? I don't know. How in the hell do you do that? Damn if I know. Closed caption. I don't know if it gives me the option on here. I don't see it on my thing here. Yeah, I don't know. Might be in advanced, maybe on YouTube. I don't know. I guess I can put it on. I don't know if they real time that, or you can set that so when the chat replays. My chat always replays. Some people don't replay their side chat on the when it goes to the YouTube side. I always put my live chat up. But sometimes it takes an hour or two to process. People are like, "Where the hell's the side chat?" You got to give it time. The sun is out on Wednesday for Susan Ladd. I can't have the volume up. My kids has. Oh, no problem, Chris. It's on the other channels. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out. You know, and here, I'll have to do that. Yeah, I can't get into my settings. Let me see if I can edit this thing right now. No, I can't edit. Remember, I'm using Windows XP here. So doesn't even allow me to have a browser if it works anymore. Why do I use Windows XP? Because I love it. That's why. I've still got Windows XP. That's my thoughts on that. Hey, Goldie Con. Yeah, I'll have to set that thing on, Chris. I'll have to figure that thing out. So, good morning, Goldie. Good morning, Blue Malibu. I'm doing good. That's an option for people to turn on. Yeah, it might be on your laptop. I don't know if it's on a mobile, but it might be an option for you. Okay, Bella Grace, take care. I'm lurking and driving. I got someone helping me with watch the chat. Okay. Morning, Shimei. And so that's... Get a hold of me on Twitter. Mark told me I'm not man. I just want confirmation. It's an option, but it's turned off. Okay, well, I'll have to figure that out. Good morning, Ms. Pudwina. I do have people that are hearing impaired that follow the channel. The Discord is open if you want to pop over there and say hi. Discord is like a message board 24/7. It's attached to this channel. It's still in its early days. It probably take a good 6 months to get that thing rolling good, so that people you get used to having a place to chat where nothing else is on one. Are you feeling burning legs? I'm feeling good today. I went to bed about 11, got up about 8, so that was a righteous sleep. I'm here listening while cutting potatoes for snowmobile soup in my slow cooker. What the hell is that? That you run your snowmobile over the meat in the snow or something. I never heard of snowmobile soup, but it sounds interesting to me. I remember there was a fad for a while where people were cooking food next to their engine on the exhaust manifold and stuff. They'd wrap up hot dogs and foil and stick them down on top of the block while they're riding along. And then they are beef stew and they get to their destination and it's nice and hot there. If it didn't explode all over the engine. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Sissy Philly. That is a choice. That's what I'm saying. So I'm kind of, it's delish. Is it the name of the recipe or you use a snowmobile to heat it? I don't know. Yeah, caught the replay. It was great exercise. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm committed to at least a 5-miler. I think we were over 6 miles last night, so I think that's a great thing. Well in day 3 of cutting back and having extremely restricted carbs here, which is good. I'll have some orange juice again, which has some carbs in it, and I'm not trying to go full keto. There's more than one way to skin a cat. But if I can just reduce to under 1,000 calories a day and feel good through the day, then that's good. So I have the orange juice, then I'll have some bacon, 3 or 4 pieces of bacon for lunch, and then figure out I'm going to have to go shopping today and pick up some, have a tuna salad or something like that. I'm doing good, Kimberly. How are you? Hey, YouTube management has made the scene. How you doing, YouTube management? I love YouTube management. Ride and herd. Let's see. So, Rosie, I'm booking out the Shine Shack for you since our last conversation. Yeah. I'm restrict. Savage inspired me. Yeah, she's done a good job. Savage looks great. Although I never thought Savage was at any point unattractive with the weight that she carries. I guess it's a feel-good factor, like I have about myself. Good morning, Lucky Beans. Kimberly's recovering from throat surgery. Well, take it easy today, Kimberly. So yeah, I thought she looked great anyway. And let's face it, I'm the kind of person that likes a gal with a little more meat on her, you know. No snowmobiles messed up in the process. That's good. Let me see this. Let me see what it's called. Snowmobile stew. Let's see. Let's see. Snowmobile stew. Stovepipe, snowmobile stew. Let's see if we get anything on that. Yeah, there is. There's something called snowmobile soup. Just a pinch. Let's see. How to make snowmobile stew. What are we talking about here? Did you know Elbow wants to come back to YouTube? You know, I did what I had to do. Let me look at snowmobile soup first. 2 tablespoons of canola oil, a cup of onion, cup of carrots, cup of bell pepper, cup of zucchini, 15 ounces of canned white beans, 15 ounces of canned black beans, 15 ounces canned green beans, 45-ounce diced tomato with basil, 1.5 cups of tortilla chips, 1/2 cup of Parmesan. So I guess it's, don't know how in the hell that came about. Right? Interesting. Ready in 50 minutes, so you can't beat that. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. You're doing another attempt at the fascist coup. I'm not. Good morning. I'm doing good, Kyle. That's not the one I'm making. Okay, well, that's just called snowmobile stew. So I guess if you throw carrots, potatoes, onions, and meat together, you know, brown the meat, then put your onions and your little bit of garlic in, sweat that all out, get that meat nice, add a little bit of 1/2 cup of water to release the juices. And then go ahead and build off of that stock there. Hi, Nikki. How are you? You can get some wraps and have sandwich wraps for lunch. Yeah. Okay, you posted the recipe above. All right. I didn't even do that. You get so many. You know, I can't control what other people do on YouTube. It's on them. If you ever believe that it was Rosie O'Kelly versus Elvis Travels was the only 2 people within that ring. There were literally, you know, people like a shit show and everything, but there were literally probably over 1,000 people that disliked that channel. And I can tell you for my part, that was a very rare thing, stepping outside of you know, the bounds of what's usually done on YouTube, because you know, it's, as he called it, it was the Hammurabi Code, the eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And already knowing that he operated on that principle throughout YouTube, Then when he attempted on August 22nd to terminate my channel, which for a brief period of within an hour was terminated on YouTube through malicious copyright action, I was able to contact, it came back. I don't know, it came back within an hour. But I was able to contact YouTube and say, what the hell is going on? And I see this guy used my own video, created multiple other channels with which to multiply strike my own video. At that point in time, just to go back, and I'm not going to dwell on this because he's not really worth my time and effort. But having done that, that is really one of the most underhanded and dastardly deeds that was ever undertaken on the bottom of YouTube, but which there's been many things. Yep. Many bad, shitty things have been done down here. But that by far was the shittiest. Okay? Take somebody's own live stream where they're a willing participant for weeks on end, months on end, and year on end, and then try to use that because it comes up in your YouTube creator content copyright page. Well, any fool knows that it's not your content. And YouTube warns you within the parameters of trying to strike the person that's allegedly using that content. Be careful. This is really a beta, should be considered a beta testing program. Beware, think twice, be very sure when you submit. It would have been bad enough to submit one claim on the Elvis Travels channel. That would have been pretty bad, but I would have beaten that by immediately supplying my contact information, blah, blah. Then it's incumbent on you to show proof that you've hired a lawyer and filed court documents to defend your copyright. Now, we all know that wasn't going to happen. There wasn't no chance in hell that was going to happen because that takes do-re-mi, okay? Plus, what are you going to tell the lawyer? When the lawyer looks at it, is this yours? No, my friend was doing a live stream. So it's not on your channel, no. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ricardo and Dennis and everybody. Now imagine you take it up a couple notches and you have a channel called Camper Van Elvis, and you take that same video and you unleash and claim copyright on that and unleash another strike. And as if that's not bad enough, you create another channel, XYVBBR2ZZX, and you try to drop a third claim on that. Okay, so I'm fighting 3 claims on my own video. Well, at that point, I'm live and let live. I didn't talk about this guy for 6 months, But he talked about me, he berated me, he used his sister to disrespect me. He did everything that he could. Continuously on a continuing basis to harass me, week in, week out, name calling, and all that, degrading my content that I put out, which was, as we know, so far superior to anything he ever produced. And the end result was what you see, a channel here that's getting close to 30,000 subscribers and a channel that people enjoy. Okay, I don't brag on channels. I don't talk about view counts and things like that. But it just, if people want to enjoy it, they want to enjoy it. But when you come in and try to wholesale terminate somebody like that, somebody that took months to rebuild your van, and you can talk about the quality of work, but talk about the quality of the budget that was permitted. And talk about the ease of rehanging a cabinet that maybe came down or something like that. You got 95% quality within the parameters of the limited budget that was there. You got a hell of a job. You had a sleeper sofa, jackknife sofa that was converted to a dinette. You had a bed in the back that was horizontal. You had a revamped kitchen area, new stove installed, new electrical system throughout. I'd say they did pretty damn good. New floor. I'd say you got a pretty good shake out of that. And then because you claim that I dissed when you had a channel that was totally built on trolls. I'm going to unban all the trolls today, and then they come back in, and it was all a troll channel at the end of the day. But my point is, when you come in, yeah, disgusting stuff that he did with no conscience whatsoever. The guy has no conscience, okay? No anything. Okay, so when you come back in and you decide, I'm going to take one grand shot at getting somebody's channel out, well, as he would say, then the Hammurabi code, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth comes in, and I'm going to take my strongest and best shot at getting you the hell off of YouTube, which I succeeded in doing. And like it or not, that's the reality. It's called, in the Rambo movies, I believe it was called First Blood. Okay, this guy drew first blood, and I replied with a nuclear bomb. Now, where do we go from here? I've continued to do my own content on YouTube. I've continued to go places, meet people, have fun within the confines of doing that safely in a limited travel area, and not miss a beat. Okay, because I love what I do on a daily basis. Now, you want to, and we all knew that it would be coming. Okay, because it's just what I'm not going to get into the whys and wherefores on that. So, yeah, take your chances. But if you think that I'm the only shark that's circling in the waters out there, you got another thing coming. Okay. All right. Now, I can tell you for my part, I don't give a flying. You know, at this point in time, I already did what I had to do. So if you want to take a chance and come back and build a channel, that's on you. Okay. But I can't control what other people do with links to prior terminated channels and things like that. That's not my response. I'm done. At this point in time, I can just tell you, I could care less what you do, okay? It has no bearing on me, all right? So what other people do is on them, but I will give you this caution. Leave me alone, okay? Don't use me for content like you have for the last 5 years, okay? Make your own content. Don't use me as a crutch because you're a boring individual who can only disrespect people to get attention. You can't positively talk about things because nobody would show up on your channel. Take the challenge of building a positive channel and then see what happens. They'll be falling off like pigeons off an electric wire, okay? Because that's not what it's all about. But I will say this, don't bother me. Don't talk about what I do. Do your own thing. Okay, that's my thing to you. If you bother me, then the door opens for me. You want to use me for content to build a channel and flame me, then you get what you get on that. Do things in a positive manner, but we know that that won't happen, okay? We know that the filthy mouth, the filthy verbiage, everything will come out at that point. No, I'm not going to ever have him back in my life. That when I gave him the boot in February, that was it. I closed the door on that. I cut all ties with that. When he falsely claimed that I doxed out his location, when in fact J.K. NoCal was the one who drove by and saw his van parked down. Let's see, who messing with nobody. Problem is he doesn't have a thing running like that. That's right. And it's a different era on YouTube now. And if you're trashing people and you're trying to use hidden names and stuff, YouTube's not as dumb as they used to be about what they're going to do about removal of content. It doesn't matter if it's not directed at somebody. It's just that if you put hate of any kind out, even if it's directed towards Mickey Mouse, you'll find that it's a changed platform now when you come back, and it won't be tolerated, okay? For sure. So for my part, I could care less, all right? My thing is just leave me alone, leave me out of your mouth, do your own thing, Okay, you need a sign on the left wall of the Rancho Kitchen or Rosie's Cafe. I don't dox or support channels that do well. That's kind of a given here, Mark Terry, isn't it, to do that? They're going to crack down more and well, they are. I mean, now with a new administration coming in, the hand of regulation is going to fall heavy in this country now. And whereas some of these social media companies have been holding back and stuff, it's going to be kind of a whole new world out there. You have a vice president who's very familiar with California, very familiar with technology, the technology area of Silicon Valley and all that. And I'm sure they have some very particular thoughts about raising the tenor of discourse in this country and moving away from hate. Hey, Shannon, we'll see what happens. No, I don't worry about that, Cookies. I'm also a very tough person, too. I've been through the mill, too. Hey, Joey D. Well, your content is why I've become a fan of your channel. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Kaz. I just do my own thing. I don't come on here and tear other people down. I don't need to. People show up in droves for my streams. They speak for themselves. The view counts on the stream, they speak for themselves. Do I dwell on it and say this is great? No, I just have fun and move on to the next thing. But you'll notice when people are hurt for content, they'll grab the low-hanging fruit of insults, and because they know they can fill up a chat room and things like that. Well, you get what you get. So I'm not going to say what I'm going to do, okay? Because this person's irrelevancy is defined, so I don't care. There'll be other people that boost it up like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Then it'll be incumbent on you guys to decide what you're going to do, because I hadn't watched the guy in 6 months when he lit out of here. You've come a long way knowing you don't. Yeah, well, thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that. But there's 99.999% of the days I've enjoyed the hell out of being on YouTube. And God willing, that's going to continue on here. So I can't be distracted by claims of this or that. But I will caution you this. As I said in the beginning, I am not, hey Duke, I am not alone in my feelings. Yeah, I wash my hands, I move on, and I just think to myself, okay, take the high road, just don't talk about it, be done with it. Okay? Mr. X remains my friend to this day. Okay, and that's the reality. Drury remains my friend to this day. And to a person, they don't like and appreciate the way that things came down, but their friendship with him is pretty much established. But I can't speak for the thousands of others of you out there and what your takeaway is, okay? Because for me, it's not worth my time and effort to see the same dribble come back, the same faked sloppiness, the same faked video come out of, it's not on my radar anymore. So did you say you're going to run off a batch of Peach John? No, I probably should though, Thank you, Nathan. You brighten our day. I mean, that's the positive stuff. It takes a long time to build positivity. It takes a long time to build chat streams that don't talk about other people. That don't engage in bombing back and forth between channels and things. It's difficult. It's slow. But I've always said, if you build it, they will come. And the big mistake that I think I can say after 7 years, I haven't been here as long as my pal Nicole, but she was one of my earliest subscribers and friends on the channel. But I can absolutely tell you this: if you build a channel on negative operations, modus operandi, YouTube will shadow ban you. Your growth will be stunted on YouTube. Okay, that's just the nature of what it is. They have such sophisticated algorithms now that run through, and they can deduce between the lines what's going on. So love your cat. Don't impeach me, bro. Yeah. Good morning, Maggie. Good morning. Bigotry, sloth, all that just have no place in my life, and that's for sure. But I can promise you that if you build in a negative direction, then you're really doomed before you begin. I can't think of any negative channel that is hyper successful on YouTube. So you scratch and you claw and donations here and there and things like that, and it's people love a shit show. I get that. So it is what it is. Channels should be built on positivity, no room for negativity. Exactly. So just in all the years here, that's the biggest takeaway that I have, is that I can't think of anything that's been successful on a negative platform. So how you doing, Cindy? I'll give myself a refill of coffee this morning. Oh, that was a 6-miler last night. That was pretty cool. So I think every Tuesday and Thursday night we'll be doing that. That'll be pretty cool to do that. But yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on that on YouTube and things. And a lot of times, people want to cut through to shortcut the process of building a channel, and sometimes they end up doing that in a negative way, and they have to backtrack and start over again, but at least the foundation will be stronger. There's no shortcutting it, in my opinion. The big mistake I think that people make on YouTube when they're doing channels is they'll get into a community. They'll come into a community like Boyd, and they will assume that the Boyd equals YouTube. Okay, in other words, what you see on the Boyd is just it's a small sampling of a bigger YouTube. Not true. You attract with negative channels the small select group of people that do populate YouTube, that like shit shows, that like drama, negative drama. And drama's okay, I'm not saying that. But the reality is, when you start to do positive content, the growth is slower, but you're attracting that 99.99% of YouTube that doesn't come around for shit shows. They don't want to hear people bashing. Why? Because they're normal people out there. Normal thought processes. Normal, hard-working, God-fearing people that don't like to hear people torn up. They don't like to hear about people being doxxed, or CPS called, or APS being called on people. In other words, they're right thinkers. Their heads are in the right place, and they come from YouTube for positive entertainment. But the mistake down here is we think this microcosm of, like, the Boyd is representative of all of YouTube. No, it's not. It's not. There's people out there that wouldn't be caught dead on streams that are tearing people apart. And yeah, the growth is slower, but YouTube promotes those things. And it shadow bans and doesn't promote things that are built on a negative platform. Nobody ever builds big channels off of live streams, okay? Because YouTube doesn't promote live streams. They love recorded content. They love to be out there for recorded content. Capsulized recorded content that they can easily promote. You don't ever see live streams and recommendations on the YouTube page unless I'm live, and I'm lucky. I'm a person that gets a lot of push when I'm live. But I'm just saying there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to think about that. Yeah, preach louder for the ones in the back. It's just what I've learned. Hey, Ben. Yeah, and a lot of mentally ill people populate the internet now, and God love them. I mean, I probably am a queen of mental illness myself, but I'm just saying, um, it's changed a lot. And I think my friend Nicole would back me up on that and say that the tenor of discourse, uh, the change from being a happy kind of place to just a place where sometimes people fear to get up in the morning and turn on their internet for fear of what they're going to see, the latest that comes out and all that. Hey, Jasmine. Yeah, so some of the reaction channels are dreadful. That's why I like YouTubers and ones that do sort of positive, funny stuff, and Anthony Norbecker and Sig and people like that. So, yeah, she is a dog. I love going on panels and laugh and sing and hey, rock and rock. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, Scottish, how are you, sweetie? Hi, Vanessa. How are you? Archimedes girl, good to see you. Now, I did notice this morning I am subscribed to Mark Terry, who is now singer-songwriter. And Mark Terry has generously put it out there that he's going to be giving guitar lessons to people on YouTube. And I think it reaches a point if he can get 10 people that are there that are really interested in learning guitar, then you'll be underway. And as he talked about today, it's not that hard. I have about 8 chords in my repertoire, and I can play hundreds of thousands of songs with them. Don't need to go through all the picking. I'm a rhythm guitar. I'm not a picker and all that. So you can go check that out. Forrest Whitaker was white. This is what I picture him to look like. You mean your avatar, Ted? Wow, okay. Check out the fire-breathing retard Ted Barris. If you look at his avatar, he says that's what Forrest Whitaker would look like if he was white. Interesting. Okay. Lessons like feet pitches, but anyway, there's a move in a positive direction. I've just started. This is my 3rd day, Mark Terry, of being on my heavily restricted carbs diet. I'm feeling great. So check that out if you want to learn basics of playing the guitar. I think he's the right person to teach that with a lot of patience and all that. Oh, Space Girl will be back. Space Girl will be back, but it's the pandemic kind of top cuts the attractiveness of shits and giggles. We have a president that's on the verge of being impeached a second time. We've got a coronavirus running rampant. It's not really conducive. It might be fun, but my head has to be in the right space to do stuff like Space Girl and that kind of thing. I mean, if death in the family and all the agony of December and all that, it'll be back. It'll definitely be back. All I want to know is when you're going to wrestle Holly Undead for the ladies world championship. Holly's probably going to kick my ass out of the ring. I'll tell you that. That's a tough gal. Good morning, Treasure Vlogs. Good morning to you. I don't watch what I eat. I need new specs to see my food. Honestly, I think Space Girl would be good for you and many. Yeah, I do, Nicole. It's nice to have a totally unconnected channel. Everything's privated and all that, but it is fun. But I want to. I gotta feel good in my head with that. And there's still a lot of swirl in my head about the state of the world and all that. It's hard right now to. Let's see. Let's get rid of this dope here. Okay. It doesn't cost a penny to be kind. Exactly. And that's what it's fun. Hey, Sharby, how are you? Starting a stop window licking on the on the Boyd. It's a lot of changes that are happening in a Boyd. I mean, there's people that get very territorial about the concept of the Boyd. Who is OG? Who's not? there's people that struggle to be identified as OG Boyd, and there's people that now associate themselves with Boyd. Boyd is not so much people; it's more of a concept in my mind. It's more of a place of shenanigans and shit shows, and yeah, I'll continue to always be in it. But I'm just saying it's more of a concept than the idea of were you a member or were you not a member of the Boyd. Some people proclaim, hey Josh, some people proclaim the Boyd is dead. No, the Boyd is exploding in size and it's causing some discomfort amongst some people. Okay, as most clubs when they expand, you're going to have some of the original members that may take issue with, whether you're Boyd or not. But the reality is, if you identify as being Boyd, you're probably Boyd, right? As far as who OGs are, I'd say the people that really came in with live streaming in the summer of 2015 are really, quote, the OG Boyd members. But so what? What's the big deal? It's like, sometimes like a prize at a turd eating contest. It's like, the Boyd will never die, so it's expanded. And, I was watching XTC last night, who love him or hate him. He's a very articulate person, XTIC channel, and he's had his run-ins, but he's very articulate in the way he argues and things. But his whole argument is the over time communities get redefined. And we've run with the kind of like the old dogs for a long period of time, of which I'm one of them. And now we have new people coming in with new ideas that may shake people up. And change is sometimes something that's not, it's hard to digest for some people. The thing to do is just understand that they're embracing the idea of being on the Boyd. You have some people that want to start a separate site, and there's creative juices at work for better or for worse, and that's what I see the changes. So, all right, take care, Nicole. Good to see you. Steamroll doesn't equate to giving a good argument. Well, Tara, it's when you get him unplugged and off of a panel, on his own panel, it's a different story. My idea is not to neither defend nor support XTC, but to just say that the Boyd is just a concept, okay? And we have to get used to. For years, we had a very tight community that grew by maybe one or two people a week. Now the Boyd is like exponentially growing. You have people coming over from the drama community that turned in their drama cards because they think Boyd is a more fascinating community. It's certainly a community more on the go with people much more on camera and going places and doing things. But the concept is that it's going to change over time. It's going to be redefined. It's going to have younger participants come in, whether we like the content or not. If they associate with Boyd, they're Boyd, in my opinion. So, yeah, have a great day, Nicole. Susie, how you doing? Hey, Bobby, good morning. I like and enjoy other people's channels. That's the best thing to do. Be a floater, okay? Be a floater. I've always told my mods, be a floater. If there's someplace you want to be when I'm live, be there. Boyd doesn't get as sensitive. I don't know, Tara. Boyd takes it much closer to the bone. It has a history of people in motion. Whereas drama tends to be a very static. The Boyd tends to be a community that's in motion. You have a lot of live people that are live, a lot of people that are doing videos, a lot of people that are doing live streams. They're going places. They're, Anderson, Henderson training for fights and running. I mean, you don't see that kind of stuff on the other side. There's a big difference. Thank you, Shar. bingo. We're gonna get ready. Okay, Nathan, night shift work. Ooh, okay. Cool. Cool. Boy, it can be very ruthless, unnecessary BS. But I think the one guiding principle is if you don't give crap, you don't get crap. If you're going to go to somebody's channel and you're going to associate and ride or die with them, and it can work against you. Okay. And my concept, if you don't diss people and you don't crack on people, yeah, you might, yeah, it looks like a man, or Rosie's a dude. Okay, that kind of stuff is garden variety crap. Who could care? But you're not going to get, you're not going to be a lightning rod for stuff down here. Yeah, Boyd has a thicker skin. Hey, Monkey Girl, how are you? Hey, let it go. Yeah, Jen is a peach. Hey, Tupac, how are you? I love chatting with you. It's fun while we talk about cats, dogs, and kind. I've always liked Sig. I mean, Sig has a problem with some of my moderation and things, but at the end of the day, he recognizes I have a right to run my channel. And absent real proof, receipts on things, I don't move on things because of rumors that this person did this or this person did that. There's a zillion clones running around the community now but people will know you by your history. So, if a clone comes in and starts dissing, they know it's not the real Rosie. People immediately, you're known by the fruits of your history. That's all. Hi, Laura. How are you today? So it's a very nice thing that I actually know from childhood, and boy, kind of scary. So I guess that's a roundabout way of saying that the void is always expanding, and right now it's expanding like an exploding Big Bang. Okay, it's pulling many people in. Hey, TC. Channel growth is large, more people coming in, and it's a conceptual thing. It's not so much people, it's a concept that the void is. So there is going to be that discomfort factor that some people don't like what the new void is about, or this or that, but it's still void, right? In my opinion, I don't think anybody owns ownership on void. The funny thing is, it went from, in Vlogger Puppets, the guy BS's a lot and tells a lot of non-truths, but the one thing he did develop the term bottom of YouTube, which we converted to BOIT, the acronym BOIT. And at that time, it was really like a source of embarrassment. It was something that people were like, oh, geez, I'm Boyd. You look at your puppet like, holy fuck. Now it's like a community that so many people clamor to get into because it's an idea. It's not necessarily people. I got a lot less done. And well, so what, Lucky Beans? You got to live life. Things evolve, and some people can't deal with it as I get older. Come to accept with me that I'm not young. Yeah, and I'm not young either. But I do know that if you keep a system closed long enough, then it just asphyxiates itself. It chokes on its own fumes, its own exhaust. So you have to allow for expansion. You have to allow for new blood, new concept, new ideas, and over time people adjust to that. And those new people run their race, and then other new people come in, and it keeps going. But 5 years ago, if you mentioned the Boyd, maybe 25 people knew what that meant. Now you mention the Boyd, and thousands of people know what the Boyd is now, and I expect that to grow to tens of thousands of people in the coming years. So now is the best, as there are tons of great people. Yeah, and it's controversial people are joining too. Anybody says, well, Archimedes, I don't know why anybody wouldn't welcome you. You're certainly not a shit stirrer or anything. So, like, changing carriers just can't be bothered with. Yeah, so that's the way I feel about that, is that we may be uncomfortable with it, we may be uncomfortable with the tenor. And let's face it, this is a much, much tougher world right now. Uh, you know, you'll hear some of the younger people complain about the us fossils on the Boyd, and that we're wrapped in cocoons and we're insulated and things like that. No, we were raised in a different era where you had more manners, you had more, I don't want to say respect for other people, but some young people come into much harsher reality, and but it is what it is. It's their take on stuff, and who am I to this that. Boyd is the bottom of YouTube. I was in a chat yesterday. This guy, no Boyd here. He said it was a group of trolls who go onto others' lives and talk smacks. Well, there's a 99% of people on the Boyd wouldn't do that kind of thing. Okay, they just go. They're like the traveling audience that just goes from place to place to see what the hell's going on, and they like to be a part of it. They like to watch it. 90% of the people, 95% of the people I watch, they never hurl insults at people. They're just there watching and trying to keep their heads low so they don't get hit by a flying chair off the stage or something. So I've been backing away from the DC. It's such a flip-flop, never-ending circle. One love and they don't follow our lead. Stay in the drama, well, not in, but I might share my opinion with you. Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with sharing an opinion. But, you're probably at the point where the Boyd mirrors society now, where you have to consider things like a civil war. Boyd versus Boyd, right? The young Turks versus the old guard on the Boyd, right? The kingdom is fallen, the kingdom is fallen, spirit the king away on horseback. Lots of bobbing and weaving. Remember, feather with that left, get the attention out there, and then bam, come in. So it's fun for me to watch. I'm not really too involved in a lot of stuff, but it is fascinating. It's fascinating from a sociological point of view to see how groups come together, how they form, how they splinter, how they band together, creative ideas come in, new concepts come in, and it's interesting to see that. That's one of the beauties of being an old sea dog like me, is you don't really care anymore, right? So you're more of sitting in the honorary dress circle in the front, right, watching all the shit show and stuff. You're not really a part of it, but you're just sitting down there as an honorary, what they call them, channel emeritus of the Boyd, right? Kitchen Stadium update. It's going to be hard for me. I got to think about what I can make on a diet in Kitchen Stadium, and then I want to get Janet in here to do her fried chicken. Do you feel you've seen more changes in the Boyd in the last year due to say yes? Yes, I've seen a group that holds on to the concept of Boyd as people, and then I see people coming in that hold Boyd as a concept. Okay, and there's a clash in there. Okay, and some people want to define the Boyd as the people that are in it, and other people want to define Boyd as the concept of shit kicking and bare knuckles and real life and other stuff. So grilled veggies and fish. Yeah, I might do something like that. I've never cooked a fish in Kitchen Stadium, and I've got some fish here that I've had frozen. That's an idea. That's an idea. So we'll see. we'll see. I've got a friend in the area. I need to install some overhead lights. They have bought a house here, and there's no ceiling lamps and things like that, and I got to help work that crap out. What's on my schedule today? I want to continue. I've done a great job of cleaning up around here. I still have an additional two more Las Vegas videos, one going back from December. So I'm going to try to respect everyone in their opinion, just a personal goal. Mark Terry, do what you have a passion for. Don't change yourself, though. I mean, if you want to go on a panel and laugh and cut up, then do it. You know, if you want to teach guitar, do it. Just be careful letting other people define what you want to be, okay? All right, make sure it comes from within, the thing that you want. If you enjoy being on panels, be on panels. Okay, if you enjoy teaching guitar, do that too. Don't let others define you into a new box. How's your body sound? Day 3, thank you, Shar. Day 3, we're not going to see any visible results for about 10 days to 2 weeks. It's summertime every day here on you because everyone's always in their flip-flops, flipping and flopping. Tara, there you go. Do foil packets with fish and veggies. And okay, I think the shrimp's a great idea, Samantha B. I'm going to do the shrimp and I'm going to get some Old Bay and a little bit of chicken powder, and yeah, I'm going to wrap up some foil wraps. That's a really good. Shrimp is like 0 calories and veggies. I think that's an excellent thing. Thank you, Jasmine. That's what I was thinking of doing. Thanks. I appreciate your. I'm nobody, Mark Terry, but I just tell you, if you find yourself limited because there may be some people that say you're a channel hopper or a channel builder. In my mind, there's nothing wrong with being a channel builder, especially if you tell people, hey, I want to build my channel. I want to get across as many people as possible. Here's the talents I have. Stop by my channel. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, let's face it, Mark Terry, there's a lot of people now that send you links and invites to channel because they know that you're good for business, okay? That it will bring the views in because you're kind of an unknown quantity. When you come up on panel, you might be eating your computer or you might be, chucking a cat out the window. They don't know what the hell you're going to do. Or you might be the mild-mannered Clark Kent that we see. Okay, I mean, this thing about channel building suddenly got a negative rap, and if you want to build channel, build it. Do what the hell you want to do, but don't hurt other people in the process. Salmon, yeah, I've never been much of a salmon. I'm going to smoke a large salmon steak. Yeah, self-promotion, just exactly, Tara. Don't wear off your shine before you get your nutrients. Exactly. Beautifully said, Tara. But do what you want to do, Mark, because if you get defined as what people want you to be, and I want you to be I think you're a very nice guy. Okay. I think like me, you have issues in life and stuff like that. And you've had trauma, broken finger, you've had a lot of things that have gone on in your life. But you're never going to be truly happy unless you're doing what the hell you want to do and not what other people tell you that you should do. So some people run into walls a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Question is, are you having fun? That's the real question, I think. And are you, hey P2E, and are you respecting other people, or are you becoming a repository of disrespect and hate, which happens? Always be yourself. It's the only person that you can be. I can't remember what somebody once told me about that. What is that old saying? To thine own self be true. Never give anybody else power over your life. Okay, do what you want to do. Since Rosie, Mr. Z, and Monkey Boy went to Ping Pang Pong, I've been craving some good Chinese. I've got the menu up on my computer. Stick with the appetizers. I was underwhelmed by the. I don't eat orange chicken. I find that really an Americanized dish, but the appetizers were out of this world. The lettuce wrapped chicken, spiced chicken, and all that was great. All right, take care, Tara. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, Rick Williams, we're on our lunch break. All right. I love the lettuce cup. They were really good. Okay, they were excellent. So, I mean, the appetizers. I felt some weakness in the main menu because you try to have 150 different dishes, and it's possible they don't have ovens. They do have an oven, but just baking clay pots. But everything's going to be cooked in a wok. Okay, and it's just the variations on a theme of meat, vegetables, and sauces and spice. But when you have such a wide repertoire, you can't be good at everything. And I was a little bit disappointed by my Hong Kong seafood noodle. I thought was a pretty weak rendition. So my sister makes lettuce wrap egg rolls that are delicious. That's awesome. That's great. Where you was, to thine own self be true. Yeah, don't, run your own show. Go where you want to go. But, be honest about things. Don't tell things that aren't true just for negative attention and all that. Chicken dip into peanut butter. It's actually quite good. That's very common in the Philippines, satay and Indonesia, the peanut sauce is very common over there for that. Trucken hoisin chicken with broccoli. And I used too much ginger and had to pitch it. I'll tell you, ginger, clove, and cinnamon are three spices that are absolute dish killers. You got to be so damn careful. I really enjoyed them with the special sauce. Yeah, you got to be damn careful. Cloves will kill stuff. Ginger will kill stuff. Cinnamon will kill stuff. So I'm going to go over and squeeze a few oranges over here, guys. Get that going. I'm going to go check and see how many more I got out of here. I did pick some today. Trying to find ones that are right. I think we got enough for a few more days. I think I picked the ripest ones today. Let's get you guys over here. Get set up for the squeezing. I'm gonna miss it when all the good oranges are gone. Kaboom! Let's see. All this food talk is making me hungry, huh? Get our cutting board. Right, it's one of the great pleasures in life to have your own orange trees. It's really nice. Really a nice thing. Under the boardwalk. And if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please do. Let's get some oranges squeezed here. That's a big boy, big Valencia. You know the Valencia is because they don't have the little belly button in the bottom of them. It's like kind of overcast. I hope that's going to burn off today, but it's already 60, I think, outside. Come on, man. Let that juice flow. This is called a Eurolux juicer, which I probably had for about 3 years. You need to keep your vitamin C up, that's for sure. I mean, I know there's people that juice on diets that do veggies and all that. I'm not much on veggie. All right, our last piece. We should have a good bit of juice here. Grab my bigger glass here. Boil those peels, huh? Let's release the Kraken here. Nice cup of fresh squeezed orange juice right there. There she is. There it is. Can't beat that. With all that orange juice, way too much acid, huh? Oh, that's delicious. Oh, that is delicious. Perfect juice. Oh yeah, Valencias have a lot of juice in them. Good morning. Go ahead and freshen up my coffee here. Free falling, do 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 do, 'cause I'm free, free falling. Got that song stuck in my head all day. Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Thank you, Craig Sr. Free falling, cause I'm free falling. Turn this heat up a little bit. Ooh, chilly in here. 11:11. Ah, so good. So good. So good. So good. Will you have a celebration once you hit 30? No, I don't think so. No, it's just another day at the office there. Please invest in some new shorts. Got to be comfortable in the morning. Orange juice gives me diaper rash. Oh my goodness. He passed. He lives on. Yeah, I'm so upset that he passed. Yeah. Free balling. Free balling. That's skunk ape. Free balling. What a morning. Let's check out let's go to the newspaper of record here, the New York Times. Let's see where we stand now. New York Times, the last newspaper that really fields a whole worldwide core of reporters. House on track for vote today to impeach. Debate begins after effort clears a procedural hurdle. Lawmakers are debating. Another Republican says he supports impeaching Trump, bringing the tally to 6. The House debates Trump impeachment charges. McConnell says he will not bring back the Senate with emergency powers. So that's what I mean. You'll be impeached, but you won't be removed. Ease tensions and calm pressures. That picture of the National Guard troops resting at the Capitol building there. On duty. The People's House resembles a war zone. I hope we're peaking out. China now places over 22 million people on lockdown. The country's experiencing its worst corona flare-up since last summer. They're going to go through what we went through over there. There'll be no escaping that. They're going to be next up on the hit parade. That's where it really began. That's where it's going to be next. It's going to explode over there. Free falling. Six. By A and legs that would wear only this short. Died in 2017. Hey, Nature Woman, how are you doing? It's quite a day in history today. So it doesn't appear that removal from office will be a reality. You need a Senate in session to do that. That ain't going to happen. Ohio researchers say they've identified 2 new COVID strains. Trump impeachment trial likely during Biden term. That's interesting. That'll be interesting. Let's see what's going on in our local. Rag, depressed Democrat. New cases per 100,000 up 15%. Well, more than 100 catalytic converters stolen from local cars in recent weeks. Yikes. California lifts stay-home orders for Sacramento region, including Tahoe. Had a local road rage guy here. Oh, you know that place Pea Soup on Highway 101, Anderson's? It's for sale for $4.7 million now. Hey, Roger Brown, how you doing? I don't know, Samantha B, but we'll see, won't we? I guess you can listen to the debates today and figure out what they'll have to come up with charges. Impeach makes me feel like I'm eating a peach. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. How you been, Roger Brown? Let's see what's going on in LA. LA Times. Let's see, McConnell rejects emergency session for impeachment trial. New York City to terminate Trump contracts after Capitol riot. YouTube suspends Trump's channel for at least a week. Interesting. COVID-19 crisis improves in NorCal. Well, that's good. Empty villages, locked campuses. China battles a fierce COVID-19 resurgence. Good luck. You all were giving yourself high fives and slaps on the back. Right? Let's see, as of today, we've had 2,800 cases, 2,800,000 cases in Corona in California, and 31,000 deaths, 678 a day. That's a lot. Huh. So he got his channel suspended, huh? Welcome to the club. There's a lot of opinions vary on that. I don't know. I have no idea, Skunk Ape. I have no idea. We don't know. We don't know what the future holds. We don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. What I do know is you have a very divided country right now. That's what I know. That's what I know right now. Let's see, the Computer Electronics Show is going to be online this year. Yeah, until they bring those conventions back. You know, Sheldon Adelson died, the chairman of Las Vegas Sands. Let's see what's going on in Vegas today. Restaurateurs stung by strict restrictions, low vaccine ranks. Restaurant owners can't figure it out. If they're such a danger to the public, why aren't their employees higher priority in the COVID vaccination plan? It's like the usual crap. Same old. Hey, the Mega Millions is $750 million. Wow. Two national lotteries have risen to some of the biggest jackpots. Can you imagine? Hey, Lois, thank you. Can you imagine $750 million? Hey, you won. Really? I think I dropped that on the spot. I think I dropped that in the spot. How you doing, Penny Pincher? Yeah, I think he'll come out of the basement for the inauguration. I'm just disappointed that our president won't be attending that ceremony. That's a tradition that goes all the way back to 1826, the outgoing president being there at the inauguration and stuff. So, did you buy? No, I don't. I've never played the lottery too much. Right? Maybe I should, considering my royal flush was 1,081 to one shot on 2 cards to the royal coming on the draw. So, see, maybe I should. Yeah, what would you do with all that, right? Well, you'd have 250 million right off the top for federal, and then depending on what state you're in, another 50 to 100 million. So maybe you would net about 400 million out of that, 350 million out of that. You accept it outside. Hey, Mama Lisa, how are you today? Gotta run. Thank you, Samantha B. Take care. Yeah, thumbs up are appreciated today, guys. Thank you very much. I'm not sure what I would do with that money. It's a really hard thing. I mean, it's a lot of responsibility when you have a lot of hundreds of millions of dollars. I did a video on the biggest jackpot in Vegas history, which was $39 million. And that guy did one very smart thing. He told him, you cannot publish my name or release my name to the press. So, right? Then all of a sudden, his 10th cousins didn't come out of the woodwork, and supposed ex-wives and kids. His big boy. Well, it'd be nice. I mean, it'd be nice for the. It's a shame. Hey, David. Just for the flow of history, you don't want to kind of be that guy that's, the outlier in presidential history and all that. So, well, when the election became certified, that was kind of it. When 50 state secretaries of state certified that election, that was the end of the line on that. So, yeah, for 240 trillion, you can buy out our country. Yeah, wait till interest rates start to really rise, then the fun will really begin. Comes a point where you suck up every free dollar in the world trying to keep this debt train going. Comes a little hard. I mean, the Fed can only monetize so much garbage. Man, so it can cook and clean for me, but no funny business. Oh well, sure. Gonna get myself a man because my lottery said I can. Gonna put him in the house, cook and clean, and do those windows. I remember the Carter era. I remember 13, 14, 15, 16% money market accounts, and inflation ripping along, and a housing market just flat as a flounder. Nobody could afford a mortgage. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I'm ready. You ready for the Rancho? Are you going to be the new princess of the Rancho? Yeah, get yourself a man in there to do the job. Get yourself a man to do the job. Now you got to feed him and take care of him. Okay. Change the water bowl. Oh, jeez. Too funny. Maybe beautiful women. I want people to think I was being sexist. There you go. Can't do that. Can't do that. Anyway, guys, it's coming up to an hour and a half. And I want to thank you guys for being here today as I express a few of my opinions and thoughts on things going on within the community in a respectful, positive way. And I will see you this evening. I don't know what's going to be on the agenda tonight. Shemay, good to see you. Skunk Apes, glad I only owe $290,000 left on my mortgage. Skunk. Skunk. So thank you all. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button on the way out, I would really appreciate it. Thoughts and opinions expressed on this program are mine and mine alone, and in no way reflect upon the sponsors. Okay? Thanks, everybody, and have a wonderful day. Charlie Brown, good to see you. So life will roll on in these United States and this world, spinning once every 24 hours, hurtling through space to an unknown destination. Who knows? All right, everybody. Thank you.